Tonight on CTV News at 5.
The market currency related to sustainability is actually down compared to just a few years ago.
Cost versus conscience. Eco-friendly food is a luxury many families can't afford.
You just need to be really patient with them, and obviously, like, they're normal dogs. Other than that, honestly, you sometimes forget they can't see or hear you.
And must-love dogs, special needs puppies seek a forever home.
Chilly temperatures tonight, followed by a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. A chance of showers in the days ahead.
Live from the Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, sustainable affordability. A trip to the grocery store won't cost you what it used to. As prices just keep climbing, shoppers are forced to make tough choices, and for many, environmentally friendly options have taken a back seat to simply getting a meal on the table. As CTV's Hafsa Arif reports, Canadians are being forced to put value ahead of values. Hafsa.
Hey Maria, with Earth Day just one day away, many may be thinking about how their choices impact the planet. But at the grocery store, that decision isn't always so simple.
Empty bags in hand, heading to the grocery store, this shopper already knows one thing: price will decide what goes in them.
I got away from the consciousness about organic products and paying more attention to its effects of me on my health and on the earth because of cost, because things have gone up so much, especially as a senior. And
he's not alone. A new survey shows 62% of Canadians feel conflicted about choosing affordability over sustainability, while 72% say high grocery prices limit their ability to make environmentally friendly choices.
The difference between a rent, a car payment, and food is that you will be able to spend a certain amount, the amount that you can spend at the grocery store versus a rent. You can't negotiate a rent.
And even when shoppers try to make the greener decision, the definition of sustainable isn't always clear.
It really depends how the food is produced and in what way, really. You want to rely on certifications, for example, Taste of Nova Scotia, in seafood MSC.
For most shoppers, the care is still there. But as the survey suggests, cost is calling the shots.
I value my local growers and supporting their business, but I think, again, it's just a matter of affordability.
So while environmental awareness remains, it's clear the reality hits at checkout.
Right now, the market currency related to sustainability is actually down compared to just a few years ago, because a few years ago people had more money and inflation was not as much of an issue.
Charlebois notes the onus may have to fall on the roughly 30% of shoppers who can afford sustainable options, along with grocers themselves, to help drive change by supporting and properly promoting certified products at the point of sale. Until then, it remains a balancing act that many Canadians know all too well. Maria?
Well, they sure do. Thank you, Hafsa. CTV's Hafsa Arif for us in the news center this evening. All right, we're going to head over to the anchor desk now, where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the day's headlines.
Hi there, Maria. Yeah, there were some tense moments today after a fire at an Irving-owned tissue plant in Dieppe this morning. A fire forced the evacuation of the building and kept crews from Dieppe and Moncton busy with a fire that they referred to as hard to get to. The company tonight is praising its employees and first responders with how the situation was handled. Derek Haggett will have the details at 6. We have the story of a Nova Scotia woman who is in the fight of her life. She's been diagnosed with a terminal cancer, but right now her biggest battle is with bureaucracy. There is a drug that could extend her life. However, it's not covered. It costs tens of thousands of dollars, and she's waiting for a decision. You will hear from her at 6. We could see a new era for cruise ships in our region. Normally, when a ship visits a maritime port, passengers have already boarded somewhere else. But today, something new. Travelers were able to start their journey in Halifax as it became a departure port. Not for every cruise, though. We'll find out more about this from Jonathan McGuinness tonight. Kayla Mitchell, I'd be happy to get on a cruise ship and head somewhere warm because, boy, this is just not the place.
I was thinking the exact same thing as I watched that story, Todd. I was thinking, boy, I hope those people getting on board the cruise ships today are headed towards maybe a warmer climate.
Warmer climes, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere to get a break out of this chilly late April weather, because temperatures at the start of this week and continuing for much of this week are below average for the Maritimes for late April. I mean, we started off today with most temperatures around the Maritimes at or at least a few degrees below the freezing mark, and then through the afternoon and now heading into the early evening, temperatures are still very cool or brisk. A lot of areas sitting around the low to mid single digits, and we already have some locations looking towards you, the east of Nova Scotia, parts of Cape Breton that are already down 2 or slightly below the freezing mark. Sydney right now sitting at around 0, and the weather station close to Shettycamp sitting at -1. And it is going to be another colder late April night for the Maritime region. One of the reasons for that is the wind direction remaining mostly out of the north, so drawing in some chillier air out of northern areas of Quebec and Labrador and bringing it down into the Maritimes. Most of the winds right now being sustained between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. Not much going on in the way of gusts. There's a few areas with some gusts getting up between 20 and 40, mostly around Cape Breton. Also a few areas to the east of New Brunswick. Bathurst with a gust at 28. Same thing goes for the Moncton Airport. And in the southwest of Nova Scotia, there's gusts at 37 kilometers per hour at Yarmouth. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite. So some partly cloudy conditions still around parts of Nova Scotia. There'll be a few clouds around for tonight, but again, it is going to be on the colder side. In tomorrow's forecast, very chilly start to the day. A mix of sun and cloud expected in the afternoon with a chance that some scattered showers could develop in the province of New Brunswick. I'll have more on the Wednesday forecast the next couple of days ahead when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. Right now, though, the climbing price of fuel is driving up transportation and shipping expenses, and some craft brewers in Nova Scotia say it puts their business at risk. As CTV's Paul Hollingsworth shows us, one of these places is at least keeping the cost from the customers.
At this Dartmouth-based craft brewery, the surging price of fuel has increased expenses and is taking a major bite out of their bottom line.
Shipments of the U.S. are cans coming in. We're seeing quite a bit, a couple $100 a truckload. Locally, we're seeing small increases, but they all add up over a period of time.
Danny O'Hearn and his staff are scrambling to trim other expenses to offset the climbing cost.
We decide to look for the savings within.
This craft brewery has been in business for 10 years. The people who own this company say part of their success comes from not letting their prices become too high. O'Hearn prefers to not pass on the rising price of beer.
But you can't take advantage of customers.
He's not alone. This craft brewery's overall transportation cost has jumped by 30%.
We haven't passed any costs on to our customers yet, but you know, if this continues to go on, it's going to be really difficult to not.
There is some possible good news. Gas analysts say the federal government suspending the gas tax should bring some relief.
Any reduction in taxes, is a good news for consumers. We know consumers, depending which cities you're talking in Canada, consumers pay up to 7 taxes at the pump.
As Meg Brennan waits for fuel prices to drop, she's also changing some marketing strategies and targeting new customers.
We're looking at working smarter, not harder.
Which she hopes will reduce the price of the high cost of fuel that is spilling into the craft beer industry. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Paul. Time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Stay with us. When we come back, we're getting ready to ride.
This gives you the basic life skills, safety skills to last on the road in today's fast-paced society.
Riding season is just about to kick into high gear. Road safety reminder next. Welcome back. It's the beginning of riding season in Atlantic Canada, and motorcycle training is underway. As CTV's Emma Convey shows us, courses give new and returning riders a chance to build skills before the busy season begins.
Riders gear up to sharpen their skills to take on the season ahead, safely and legally.
I've always wanted to ride. Always wanted to ride, just never had a chance.
He's now getting that chance as this motorcycle training course kicks off for the first time this season. 11 riders, some returning, and others getting on a bike for the first time.
A few people here that have been riding dirt bikes for years and want to learn to ride on the road and get their license to ride safely on the road. And we've actually got a couple of folks here that have never driven before. We've got one student here today that never even been behind the wheel of a car.
Martial Law Driving Academy started as a driver's education program in 2020. 3 years ago, owner Neil Marshall noticed a growing interest in motorcycles, but a lack of course options for Nova Scotians.
Motorcycle training, it's good for insurance, safety training, because it's everybody else on the road. This gives you the basic life skills, safety skills to last on the road in today's fast-paced society.
The program starts Friday nights, and by the end of the weekend, the goal is to leave with a new license. All you need is a Nova Scotia Class 7 beginner's driver's license, a helmet, and gloves. The team has the rest.
Everything from how to put your gear on, how to start the bike, how to make it move, and how to make it stop from speed, and everything in between.
16-year-old Chaz Miller is a part of this riding crew. He's more eager to get behind the handlebars than the wheel of a car.
I would like to ride freely on a motorcycle down a highway. I feel like that would be very peaceful, and it would definitely be cool because I'm still in high school, and I don't know, I just feel like that I would get more attention.
The program itself has gotten more attention as well.
Generally, 30% of our clientele is women. They just tired of being passengers, and now they want to get out, be their own boss.
There are still about a dozen more classes people can sign up for. Locations in Brooklyn, Halifax, Lower Sackville, and Pugwash. Emma Convey, CTV News, Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Emma. And well, Kaylin, I don't know. I guess it was a good riding day, although you might have needed an extra layer on you today because it was a little chilly out there.
I was thinking the bikers around the region probably wouldn't mind if the temperatures came up a few degrees. Yeah. It was a cold start to the day. It was brisk, cool, chilly, any way you want to describe it, in the afternoon. It was pretty fair weather, though, generally a mix of sun and cloud. I'm going to have more on the forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. So the province and the Prep Academy launched an African Nova Scotian skilled trades strategy today.
We have hundreds of youth. We're on track to serve 650 youth this year. So we have a role to play to teach those students about what skilled trades and apprenticeship is and be a dot connector and a bridge connector to youth organizations, to employers, to industry.
They aim to recruit, retain, and support youth in the trades and provide one-on-one mentorship to African Nova Scotian high school students and apprentices. Youth, parents, and employers are welcome to sign up for the strategy, where they'll be connected to people and programs within the trades sector. Really good idea. Kaylin Mitchell joins us now to talk about how things are shaping up outside. Kaylin, I have to tell you, it was chilly today, and now I'm wondering if I should maybe put the toques back on the kids tomorrow morning.
Well, we were talking during the commercial break. You thought you may have spotted a few snowflakes today.
I was like, what is that? What is falling from the sky? They were really sparse, but I did see like snowflakes, I believe.
It's certainly possible. There hasn't been a tremendous amount that has shown up on radar for the province of Nova Scotia for today, but there were reports, especially this morning, of a few flurries in and around the province, and we've certainly had the temperatures for it. We're looking out here at a bluer sky, though. This is the St. John waterfront as we take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. What's going on right now for the Maritimes is, along with that northerly wind that's bringing in some colder air out of Quebec, as we have a pool of colder air located aloft above us as well. It's keeping temperatures down. It's going to be around basically as we make our way through the end of this week. Now, barometric pressure is basically on the higher side around the Maritimes. You can see it's sitting above 1,020 millibars there, Fredericton, Charlottetown, and at Halifax. But a little bit more cloud cover was in place throughout the day today for Halifax. And like I said this morning, there were reports some flurries for that province. Now, that high pressure system is shifting a little bit further towards the east, and in behind it, our weather conditions are going to be turning slightly more unsettled over the next couple of days. There's still going to be, as far as the temperatures go, chillier late April days, but we do have a returning chance of showers to the province of New Brunswick for tomorrow, and then more of a widespread chance of showers in the Maritimes coming up on Thursday. Thursday. Now, currently on radar, not much is showing up, though we still have some broken cloud cover present for Nova Scotia. And underneath that cloud cover, there is a low chance that there could be a light shower or a light flurry over at least the next couple of hours. But after that, as we make our way through tonight, it's just going to be a few clouds around the region. The start of the day on Wednesday is going to be, again, chilly for all three maritime provinces. There should be a good deal of sunshine for the morning, followed by some increasing cloudiness, especially for the province of New Brunswick Wednesday afternoon. And then we're going to start to see these little flecks of green start to show up in that province, and that will be a chance of some showers. Any showers that do develop in New Brunswick Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening going to be very isolated in the coverage. So you're talking about a 30% chance for basically any given community. Now, as we make our way through Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, cloud cover increases for the Maritimes. There's a trough of low pressure that's going to be setting up over the region, and along that trough of low pressure, some showers, maybe mixed with some flurries, expected to become more widespread for the region by Thursday morning. That's what's showing up here in through the blues. That could certainly be a mixture of some showers and flurries, given how chilly our temperatures are expected to be. Now, winds in the forecast for tomorrow around the Maritimes are going to be a little bit variable in direction, but mostly sustained around 20 kilometers per hour with occasional gusts between 20 and 40. Taking a look at low temperatures in the forecast for tonight, once again, they're mostly going to be falling a few to several degrees below the freezing mark. Maybe not quite as cold for some areas as it was last night. For example, Edmonton, very early this morning, had a temperature close to -12. Overnight low temperature for the forecast tonight, closer to -8. But still, cold start to the day for tomorrow. Taking a look at the forecast for Thursday, there's that trough of low pressure kind of setting up shop over the Maritimes, that mixture of some showers and some flurries with it. But most of the precipitation totals should be 5 millimeters or less. And you can see the afternoon temperatures are still expected to be on the plus side of the scale, though once again cool for this time of the year. Most of the highs on Thursday between 4 and 8 degrees. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 9-year-old Madeline Timmins. And Madeline is from Sydney Mines, Nova Scotia. Has sent us a drawing called Things I Like About Spring. And I spot some flowers here and a rainbow and a clear starry night as well. Thank you, Madeline. Great job. Weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4. Or you can email me at kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. So for the first time in nearly 3 decades, Canada's smallest province has represented at one of the country's top chess championships. CTV's Maria Saru introduces us to the player whose performance marks a major milestone for the game on PEI.
A chess clock starts, and move by move,
E4, C5.
PEI's top-rated player relives a game he knows by heart.
F4.
This win was a milestone for Jorge Moreno at the Canadian Closed Chess Championship.
It might sound a little cheesy or maybe unbelievable, but I remember my whole life in a moment, like in the movies.
After scoring 5 points in 9 rounds, his performance at the tournament put him on track for the International Chess Federation, or FIDE's, candidate master title. According to Chess PEI's records, Moreno will be the first player in the province to achieve that. It's payoff after years of preparation.
I felt in control the whole game. You have to be confident in your experience and your knowledge.
Moreno also gives back to his community, participating in fundraisers to support scholastic players. 3 years ago, he won 19 simultaneous games to raise money for the PEI chess team's travel costs. He also coaches his own youth chess team. Chess PEI President Fred McKim said in an email to CTV News, he's clearly a role model for them as well as many other juniors in PEI.
It was for me important to do this now to show that it was possible to do it from a small province.
Moreno plans to continue climbing the chess ladder with his sights set on the next title, a FIDE Master. That means playing more tournaments here in PEI and abroad. Maria Saru, CTV News, Charlottetown.
Impressive indeed. All right, time for our final break here on CTV News at 5. Stay with us, but first, a preview of our next story.
Hi, my name is Daniela, and this is Winter in Alaska. Find out more about how you can adopt them coming up on CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. So a pair of Halifax puppies are searching for their forever home. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us, both have special needs that call for a special owner.
Meet Alaska and Winter, two sisters that love to play rough and explore nature. But they're far from your average border collie puppies. Their parents are Merle dogs.
And when you mix two of them, they inherit the gene twice. So it's like lack of pigment, and that's why they can't hear or see, because there's no pigment in their eyes and ears.
The condition is called double Merle, and while every case is different, Alaska and Winter are fully blind and deaf. They've been in the care of this animal rescue volunteer since they were 8 weeks old.
Honestly, for me, it's been really easy, and like they learn really fast. They're so you train them by like touch cues and like scents. So you have to make sure like they don't go by themselves to like close to the stairs, or they may fall and stuff like that.
They've grown close to her, but now at 3 months old, they're in need of an adoptive home.
Whoever gets to adopt them, they're gonna have like such a special bond, because they trust you a lot, and they're trusting that like you're not gonna like drop them or take them somewhere like they're gonna like fall. So honestly, yeah, just being more patient and being a little bit more careful than you would normally be with any other dog. But other than that, they're so fun, they're so energetic, and like they're just happy.
She says Alaska and Winter are prime examples of the importance of ethical breeding.
Their disability is something that is completely preventable, and just by raising awareness and like making sure that people are informed that this will happen, and there's a 20% chance that like dogs in your litter will have this genetic like disability, just by mixing those two dogs.
Until they find their forever home, she's happy to watch them beat the odds.
My favorite thing about them is just getting to see how every single day they become more independent and they discover the world. Every single day they like try something new, they learn new tricks, they learn how to go up the stairs, like they're just discovering the world in their own way.
A joy their eventual owner will get to experience every day. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. We want to let you know they don't have to be adopted together. They are very independent on their own. Now, if you'd like to find out more about the Fly with the Animal Rescue, we've got a link on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. And again, it's called Fly with Me Animal Rescue. That's where you can find the pups.
I certainly hope they find a great home. So weather conditions coming up for the Maritimes this week remain on the cool side, and it looks like we're going to see a couple showers in the days ahead. More on that at 6.
We'll see you at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.